Hi guys, it's Jen again. I'm coming to you from my favorite spot. And before I even started recording this, I said to myself, is this like a way to get people to listen? And I really don't even have an answer, but it's like this is where my thoughts are flowing. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully I can just get my point across and that be that. But I recorded a video the other day speaking about um, energy space. And the thing is, I talk about all of these things that I randomly post about all the time. It's just that as much as I desire to record videos and put them up so there's a consistent conversation taking place for me, it's like the biggest challenge. So now it's 12:14 a.m. on whatever day. I don't freaking know what today's date is, the ninth. What's today? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Um, but I just wanted to talk about something else that I had been feeling um, regarding the energy. And I feel like, well, it has to do with divine counterparts. And I know that it seems like I said, very random. I'm going to develop a method to doing this, to speaking on a more consistent basis, because I just am. That's where I'm going to leave that. But I want to talk about the divine counterparts. And I keep having this conversation that I had last year with somebody, constantly keeps coming up. And it makes sense with the energy that I feel or felt then that I do now. Except now I can see a more clear storyline, and it's past me and my storyline. Um, but it just includes everything with everyone as a collective, if that makes sense. So I was talking to this guy last year, um, and I randomly asked him, because I knew where I wanted to be personally. I wasn't thinking about relationships, but I was just getting back into the space of being able to have a conversation or put myself in the mindset of being willing to have a conversation with a male counterpart without having an attitude, because that's how bad things had gotten at one point, right? So I was like, all right, if you, this is more about making amends. I tried to explain to him or speak to him about some things, and I tiptoed into the conversation of a twin flame journey, which sometimes I like to call a twin lame journey, because it's like, you know. Anyway, so I got into it a little bit with him, but my main question was, if you had a chance to make amends with all of the women that you did wrong with your life romantically, would you do it? And would you express yourself fully, not expecting anything from them, but even if you didn't have completely bad intentions with the things that you say you did, you still did it. So there's still knowledge and awareness of what you did. And would you be willing to put yourself in a position of just acknowledging that and saying sorry, just so that you know that you're not leaving any bad energy anywhere? And he said, yeah, he would do it. And then he started saying, whoa, 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 what you mean? I'm like, exactly what I said. I said, would you promote gestures? Would you do things like buy a sorry card, buy flowers, buy this, buy that? He said, well, I would, but she might take it the wrong way. I said, but no. I said, but I asked you if your intentions are set to making sure and you explain that this is the full length of your apology and you know that there might be things that you know you can't take anything back, but for the sake of making sure that you took a wound that was created and tried to fix it, would you make effort into fixing it? And he said, well, yes, I would. Because now at this point in my life, I realize that some things that I did just were totally not necessary. And it would be worth it for me, especially, to make up for what I did. But he says some women are so hurt that they don't allow you that opportunity. I said, okay, I understand that. But I just wanted to know from your mental space if you would agree to do it or not. And he said, yeah. And I just was like, wow. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess probably a no. Because most guys would be like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. What? She gonna think I'm some kind of sucker. Nobody cares. It's not about you being a sucker, and we already know that. But I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold. I'm all snorting like I'm talking to my cousin or something. That's just how I am. So, I don't know. But I said that because I feel like with the divine counterparts, this is how I feel. I feel their energy coming about. I feel that there might be a whole lot of men or masculine energy carriers, if that's easier to say, who have gone through some type of or are entering some type of awakening or coming into some sort of awareness about themselves. Something is clicking. At one point, I was hearing a whole lot of random sorry songs, and it was driving me nuts. And I started listening to some videos again, and then I saw how a lot of readers were getting the same storyline throughout their reads about messages wanting to come through. And some of the puzzle pieces started to come together. And this is why this conversation started to relive in my mind over and over again. It was driving me freaking crazy. And the conclusion that I've come to is I feel like things were so bad between counterparts at one point that it just seems unreconcilable. Like nothing but ruin. And ruin is probably one of the worst feelings that one person can allow another person to feel. Total ruin means there's no coming back from this, right? So being that that energy was left there and the person that did the I'll say, well, committed the offense. Maybe that's easier to just say right now. Probably feels like it's so bad that they can't or don't know what to say. But for whatever reason, have been awakened to seeing how much damage it really caused. And how much separation was set in between them unnecessarily. And I feel that some of them may be in relationships at this point, but now they're doing some serious looking backwards and seeing, seeing the intensity and the weight of the connection from a previous, and it's really like eating them alive. And this is not to say it in a way where it holds negativity, like, oh yeah, you get what you deserve, karma. No, it's not that. It's more like this. if you were in a relationship with the person, I feel like some of them might be in a relationship with the person, and they may be having recollections of whatever this past relationship was. And because they've grown so well, they want to reach out and fix whatever parts of their life might have been really, really broken. And they may realize how significant this relationship was. And because they were people who weren't totally loyal in the relationship, now that they've become that loyal person, they don't want to come off like that disloyal person. So to reach out to you would make them appear, or it would give the threat of them looking unfaithful or disloyal, and they don't want to do that. And I think that might be a lot of reasons why a lot of people aren't receiving the communication that they expect, but somewhere spiritually they can feel this person pulling and yanking on them. Or you're having dreams about them. And trust me, they're having dreams about you. Everything is simultaneous when it comes to a twin's journey. So I think that this is what's contributing to the heaviness of there not being communication, but you feeling so much that they just want to talk and you just haven't had the conversation yet. Because some of them might be scared to look like that unfaithful person, because the minute that they start talking to you, that intense energy is going to enter in, and it's nothing that anyone can do to mask it. You can't water it down. You can't do any of that. So to have a conversation means to open up Pandora's box, and you're not just going to open up the conversation and have a talk one time and walk away from it. You're going to have the conversation, and because it's going to be a peaceful reconciliation, probably not be able to walk away from it ever again. And how can you explain that to the person that you're currently promised to? Without making it seem like there was any type of what's the word I want to put right there? I can't stand when I lose my words. Dang. Without making it seem like you're trying to step out of bounds of the relationship that you're in. I'm sorry that the phone is shaking. I don't have my stand. All right, let me just hold it with this hand now. And so I think that hinders the conversation from taking place, because then that conversation would... Because now I feel like the divine feminine is in such a space of healing or being healed that it don't make a difference to her whether she talked to this counterpart no more or not. She's so ready to just move forward that even if they come forward, she's not pressed to be with them anymore like she was before, feeling the intensity, because she decided to step into the path of her journey. And now that this person has saw the light, it's almost like too little too late, but okay. So it just feels like the person also doesn't want to be rejected, knowing that all of what they did, even though they could reach out and the person could just be the divine male can reach out to the divine feminine, and everything can be peaceful, but to be told no, I'm not even interested in being friends, like any form of that will constitute as rejection. And I think now that they realize how awful their rejection was towards you at the time, they don't want to feel any inkling of that. But somehow and somewhere in this universe really wants you to know that they are sorry. That is the energy that I have been feeling lately. And it's been maybe for a couple of months. It first started off in September. It started in mid-August, with feeling that when the woman finally stepped, or the divine feminine, finally stepped into her own space of knowing what it is that she agreed to do and knowing what her soul's journey is, coming into completion with her own self. That's the Three of Cups right there. It's the big you, the little you, and God. That's how I look at the Three of Cups. Because anything outside of you that's going to come together in union is only happening because what's in you has come together in union. And you know everything starts with self, and I'm not the only person that's said this or thought this, but this is my mind frame around that. So at that point, being so excited about becoming whole with yourself means now I can appreciate the fact that this person helped break me open, because now I got to see pieces of me that really, really, really needed to come back together. And had it not been for crossing their path, I wouldn't have come across this experience. And now that I'm fully whole, I could care less whether you come back or not. Not to be like, I don't even need you. No, it's not that. It's just to say, I finally found out that the strength that I really needed wasn't coming from the outside. It was all coming from within. So to have that and then to move forward and build on that, that's a very strong space. And it doesn't require, it invites other like-minded energies, but it doesn't require another person to be present in order for that fire to stay lit. If that makes any sense. That makes total sense. That makes total sense, especially to me. Anyway, so I feel like from that point, moving there, I felt like there were small justices happening. There were small battles being won. More internal things. And then it just started to manifest itself physically in people's spaces. Small intimate things where you know that, you know, this is God speaking to you in a specific way to let you know that in this part in your journey, this is where you are. This is where you heal. This is where this doesn't affect you anymore. Like that. This is where you start to stand up for yourself. This is where you start to really be the warrior that you've needed to be all of this time. You need to be exactly the hero that you needed. And now you see that you carry all of the attributes of the person that you needed the most. And now, instead of saying or sitting on the pessimistic side saying, well, I didn't have that when I was little. Now you just get to be the hero and say, you know what? I didn't have it when I was little, but now I realize that I have all of the tools to be that hero, so I'm going to be it for somebody else. And that can go so wide. That can stretch so wide. And so it's almost like, well, it is exactly like the divine feminine has balanced her masculine and feminine energy and come into this space of wholeness, where it required physically manifesting the yin to your yang and seeing this masculine counterpart and having an experience with them that will cause you to break. For whatever reason, moving forward doesn't require them. It's a mission to be accomplished. I said that in one of my other videos. There is definitely a mission to be accomplished, but it would take place when the other counterpart comes into their awareness and walks in agreement. And for whatever reason, the divine feminine is not waiting for it. She's not sitting around dead waiting for it. Like, I did all of this, and 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 now I'm just going to sit here like this and wait. No, there's none of that. Because now there's a knowing that she's standing in. And so she's totally secure. And now here come years later, the masculine going through some type of karmic experience is now he's sitting in that seat of having the same experience that the feminine had because of what he did, and now knowing that that feminine will probably be the only person to understand the intimacy of the type of changes that he's going through in his heart, mind, in his soul, and in his physical body. and he can't even talk to her about it. And that is the reason why I feel very strongly that this is the experience that the counterparts are having. Personally, I've had, I don't like talking about myself too much. I mean, I'm really open, you know. I talk about a lot of things a lot, but I don't want to move away from the collective message. All right, I'm going to just say, like, it was driving me nuts. I felt like, somebody stop it. Like, give me some 5-hour energies so I can't go to sleep. There were so many messages coming through, and I was dreaming about the divine counterpart so much and seeing so many different stages of what was happening. It was like, why now? But I believe that opens up to the feminine, because there's so much healing that's taking place that now she can accept seeing or hearing or knowing certain things, and knowing that it's all for a purpose. And just with that alone, everything is okay. It's all right. So I feel like I don't want to be missing anything. Darn it. Well, anyway, that's really just the gist of what I wanted to say. And I was feeling that way for such a long time, and now it's 12:35, and I'm glad that I was able to just get it out, because I'm actually sitting here making something, and I couldn't go to sleep. And I'm a Virgo. Lord have mercy, I'm a Virgo twice. I am a Virgo sun and a Virgo rising. So I always want stuff to be right on and perfect. But then sometimes I just want to communicate, like we sitting in my backyard on one of the lawn chairs and we both sipping wine, and it's just a bunch of comfort. Because I just want to get my point across. Like, I'm not even trying to be on no extra, let's act like this is a Hollywood production shit, because sometimes that just take too long. So you're going to get this video, and I just hope that the message is clear, you know? And that's it. I took my earrings off. Okay, I look like I'm about to fall asleep. This is crazy. And guess what? This is probably the best way for you to get this message. And you know why I believe that? Because it is. That's how it came out and came on. And this is how you're going to see it. So I really hope that I shed some light on some things that maybe some people will find it hard to say. I hope that if there are any words of empowerment that a divine masculine can give to a divine feminine, knowing that he won't empty himself or weaken his vessel by sharing with his other half these messages, that he would just do it. Because there's a certain power that needs to be or is being released upon this earth. I said this in another video. It's already been released. But now it's in a position to be exercised when these two people come together. It's kind of like that movie Cocoons. You remember that movie Cocoons, when the aliens came down and the coconut thing looked like a coconut? Hence the word cocoons. And they all were like senior citizens, but they were couples, and they were coming down as one. See what I'm saying? Like, it's cocoony like that. So I just feel like, oh, it's so much magic. And then this time of the year is just the best time. And now that Mercury is out of retrograde and going direct until it goes into somebody finished it. Whatever, I can't remember. Oh my God. Why am I wanting to say Jupiter? Is that right? How could I not remember this? I'm forcing myself to become more familiar with this because the planets are something that I'm on Earth and that's it. That's just how I was for a long time. But now I'm starting to try to familiarize myself with these different phases of the planets. So and oh my gosh, learning about it just brings such a better understanding of things. Like, oh my goodness. But now it seems like communication can be reached with ease. I feel like it's one of those things where it's conquering fears, where once you try to actually do it, it's almost like when you teach a kid to not be scared of something or to jump over a line. It's like they're scared only because they haven't jumped over the line yet. But once they jump over the line, it's like, it wasn't that bad, was it? And they like, no. Like that. It's like that. And it's reminding me of like a Six of Cups card right now. Because it's kind of like this adolescent, happy, nostalgic type of love, just wanting to enter in and wanting to let the other one know everything will be okay. I see now it's kind of like that, and it's a shyness to it and a timidness with it, and it's like, damn, I'm grown. Why am I feeling like this? And I'm telling you, it's so true, because all throughout the end of October, going straight into November. In November, it got really intense. I was having so many nostalgic experiences, and I know that they are connected to this journey. I know that they are connected to phases of healing. I know that they are connected to things of the past, obviously, because it's nostalgic. But I'm just saying, nostalgia is just the moment, remembering a specific era. So it doesn't matter how far long ago it was or how close it was. It's just being able to jump back into that moment and feel like you just pulled up a seat and sat in it in your present day. It's been really deep lately. But I hope that this message helped. And I hope that maybe I should just start taking naps at like 9 o'clock and then getting up and recording stuff in the middle of the night so I can get something done. Because I don't know what else to do, because it's too much during the day. I don't know. Something has to change. But I'm so glad that I finally got this out about the divine energy. And I hope and pray that a lot of people will understand that union doesn't necessarily always mean being locked in a romantic relationship. It just means agreeing. And it just means becoming one. And if you can find a way to have peace with anybody and be able to function in that space without being selfish and pushing it past the limit where it needs to be, then you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Because if you keep trying to push something outside of the box, hold on, I was about to say that wrong. If you keep trying to rip something like out of its context and it's not time, then everything is going to fuck up anyway. And then you're just going to, it's like dealing your own self karma, and then you're going to have to go through all of these cycles again just to learn this. You learned this much, and then you're going to have to go through all of it again just to learn this. Like, oh my God, that's so annoying. So, bye guys. I'm just going to go. I was about to say I'm going to hang up because I'm recording from my phone. I want to go. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. You can follow me on Instagram. It's gingerbomb. It's _ gingerbomb _ And, I mean, just, oh God, I hope my ancestors and guardian angels help me get better at this, because there's so many different things that I need to say and do. Oh my goodness, it's just so much. Man, I done gone through so many transitions. I know that my guardian angels pray I know they was drinking wine, smoking cigarettes, weed. I had them upset, honey. I can tell you that right now, but they eating cake. Okay, I'm done. Bye.